Shout out to the comment I read a few weeks ago just letting me know that it was the same actor playing OCD detective this season as who played Richard Harrow in Boardwalk Empire, which is quite incredible. First he plays an ex-soldier with half his face missing, and now a detective with a crippling level of OCD. It's like if you're an actor working today and you have a genuine ailment, he will take your job.
I walk through the shadow of death left to fear. This is a journey through the halls of hell.
Yes people, what is good? I am BA, back once again with another reaction in the Fargo series. This is episode 9 of season 4 and it is called East West. Last episode. The head of the hospital who Nurse Mayflower poisoned has been moved out of state and is not dead, which means that if he regains consciousness before she gets to him, he's gonna know it was her 100%, right? So she has to get to this guy essentially. But on top of that, she just learned it was the daughter doing her housekeeping who sent the letter to the hospital. So is she gonna redirect her focus to the daughter first, or is she gonna deal with the bigger fish to fry and try and get to this guy out of state, then come back for the daughter? Either way, it's not looking good for the daughter, and I'm worrying about it. Gaetano, for some reason, completely respected the fact his brother lied to try and have him killed, and is now 100% loyal to him and loves him. Such a strange story shift for me last week. Was not expecting Gaetano to react like that. Obviously, I don't like it. I was hoping there was going to be some infighting in the family, not just him being even more determined to help his brother kill all the Chris Rock's crew. And then we had that crazy sequence in Union train station, which I checked after the episode is actually the exact same train station from the Untouchables, so I'm assuming it was a direct homage to the Untouchables. And I also read that the Untouchables scene itself was a direct homage to a prior Russian film from many years before it. So yeah, I went down a rabbit hole of that staircase sequence after last week's episode, but now I can tell you the whole history. And it was a really good sequence. It's just a shame that those two women didn't both get away. I wanted to see them both walk off into the sunset. I had already, you know, in my head decided that was how it ended for them 2 episodes before. So yeah, to see one of them shot dead now is horrible, but also it means that the surviving woman, I guarantee, is sticking around and coming for blood. There's no way she's leaving now. An OCD detective pulled a double cross and ended up shooting Mormon Cop. Was not expecting that in the slightest. I thought Mormon Cop would be a key component coming into these last episodes, but I guess he was there to show how corrupt detective guy was prepared to get, maybe? It's setting up the potential for these last episodes to be absolutely epic anyway, so I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, without further ado, this is episode 9 of season 4, East West. Let's check it out and see what it's saying to it. It's definitely one way to look at it. Not saying it's not pessimistic, but also not saying it's not wrong. There was a lot of nots in that. There was some probably double, triple negatives. You do the math and tell me whether I'm talking shit. You know when you can't even be bothered to retread how many double negatives you use, so you just let it roll. What the fuck are we looking at right now? I do not remember a building getting demolished in the last episode. Is that foreshadowing something? I would really love to know what Noah Hawley's purpose of making this sole series not set in Minnesota was. You know, at the end of the day, RoboCops 1 to 3, while varying in quality, all in fact featured RoboCop. Definitely don't watch RoboCop 3, Jesus Christ. Nice. The guy who discovered Pluto lived in Kansas. Well, there you go. Maybe that's why they set it here. Because the guy that discovered Pluto lived there. That's obviously why they set it here. Duh.
6 fucking hours! Dude, I hit a piss in my shoe!
What in the sort of flashbackery is this?
Said he was hitting the road. He had to kill some people in Kansas.
Kansas is a state.
If this isn't a flashback, if they're talking about the mafia here, that still doesn't really put them at a disadvantage because Chris Rock's gang has been getting hold of weapons the entire season, and we only really saw them used in that scene last episode when they got snuck up on in the field, and we only saw them used last episode really when some crew snuck up on them from the woods. I still don't know who that was, by the way. Was that the Irish? Was that other Italians or Jews? It certainly wasn't Chris Rock's gang.
I ain't never met me no Korean. But Truman says I ought to send my junior over there to shoot some.
Well, if you did go over there and shot one, that could have been the great-grandfather of Psy, and then there would have been no Gangnam Style. Then who's the dick? You.
Em and Henry give 10% off on soda pop if you pay with a Bible quote.
Nice, I'm not religious, but even I know a few Bible quotes.
Ain't my business, but are you at all concerned about that ruckus in your trunk? Nope.
No, he looks surprisingly casual about it, actually.
Don't usually see him till evenings on Sundays. Still ain't supposed to dawdle with strangers.
This guy seems really understanding of the fact he's got a live screaming man in his car.
I can help you get these walls painted.
If by help you mean buy me a knee-high and pull me up a chair while you work, then you're on.
Damn right, free wall painting, I would hide a body as well. This guy looks like Tom Hanks getting secretly imported to Epstein Island. As a byproduct, this guy's gonna finish this job like, well, there's your walls painted, and suddenly I've developed a mastery of karate. Seriously, try punch me right now. I will block it every time. See? That was the painting. Whoa, see? Painting. This is all instinct right now. Instinct.
So, this King Turtle, he calls two of his guys and he tells them to climb on top of each other, you know, like a ladder. And he climbs on their backs.
This story better not end with the turtle falling off. Wow. Well, you shouldn't have ran. I was invested in your turtle story there. I'm so confused by that opening. What does that mean? So one of Chris Rock's gang was holding another guy at the gas station. The other guy tried to run when he saw a car pull up. He got shot in the back, and then it was revealed that was the, the orphan in a box guy who was showing up there. I'm so confused as to what exactly was going on in that scene. Hey, I was wondering if we were going to get to find out what happened to Irish and the kid.
The chips are down. They are truly down.
Right, so this is one day prior. This episode is confusing the shit out of me so far, and I haven't even seen that much, and it doesn't even seem that complex. Am I just getting dumber? Pancake hub of the universe, will take me to Liberal, Kansas. There's only 408 people. That's a lot of pancakes to go round. Again, that's such beautiful cinematography there, though. I don't know why they've chosen black and white for this episode or this segment of the episode, but it is working well. Because this show has so much snow, it does work in a black and white.
We've been needing a room for a night or two.
Plymouth Rock or Sutter's Mill?
What?
What the fuck sort of questions are these before you check into a hotel?
Which is the one where you get to be born again?
That'd be the new West Side it is.
Is this hotel religiously segregated or something like that? Because it didn't seem just to be, random questions. There's two sets of keys hanging under two distinct pictures on the wall behind her, which are obviously representations of two completely different regimes or ideologies. What the fuck is this hotel about?
This is the sitting room for board games and conversating.
Only one room is designated for conversation. I'd be getting kicked out of this hotel within minutes.
So I ask y'all questions and give me your answers. You either go west or east.
Well, at least that explains the episode title. No more mystery there. It is the east and west wings of this strange-ass hotel. Yeah, they really did glamorize Frankenstein when they wrote the book about him.
Where are you going? If we're gonna hide and stay hidden, we need money.
Yeah, this seems like such a nice little place for them to lay low. Please don't turn this hotel into a bloodbath by there being some informant tipping someone off their here or something. We've already seen the two women almost make it out, and then there'll be bloodshed just before they got away, so I'm so worried a similar situation is going to occur here. Oh, this is where shit's gonna get bad. They wouldn't be showing us Irish going into town to get supplies if it wasn't gonna be the setup for somebody noticing him.
There used to be a wall here.
Can I interest you in a dinette set? Maybe a divan for your boudoir?
Has Irish stashed something here? Also, now starting to worry that my copy of the show is broken in some way. Is this just a black and white episode out of nowhere, or is my show actually broken? Because I am seeing this in black and white right now. It's like Mormon Cop's worldview. Oh. Why in the hell would there be a dog in the cupboard? They didn't bring that dog. Did someone in the room just leave a dog in the cupboard? Kind of a bonus, really.
East or west?
Huh? Oh. West?
You better step to this side of the line then, in case you're watching.
Yeah, why is this so segregated? It's so strange. I'm assuming that this hotel is based on a real place or something that Noah Hawley has researched as well. It would be even more bizarre to find out this was actually a real thing. Obviously, I'm aware of racially segregated areas in America before Martin Luther King's manifesto in 1964, etc., but I'm not aware of a politically or religiously separated hotel.
All you gotta do is get off the train. That's where I'm headed.
Yeah, my new friend's got a bit of gold rush fever.
This is the guy that we saw killed a day after this. The only thing I can think now, what happens from here, is that Irish and the kid managed to get away, but they find out that that guy is some kind of informant, so another one of Chris Rock's crew comes to keep him there, but then when the other guy shows up, he knows he would tell him, so he has to shoot him before the other guy enters the room. Something like that.
Things ain't the way I left them. Which... only a fool thinks the world's gonna stay exactly as it was.
Yeah, it's easy saying that shit in 1950. Try saying it in 2024 when we're like 24 years away from AI overlords.
I think she likes me.
I'm glad you're having such a nice day, but I don't want you wandering the place while I'm gone.
Ow. Jesus Christ, Irish. There is a time and a place when it is a smart decision to take the stone out before you walk your entire day through with it.
Stay.
That is the best dog of all time. Don't you ever raise your voice to that dog again. It is clearly going to stay.
I said no colors at the table.
My side, my rules.
So is this what it's about? Two warring sisters that co-own a hotel, thus have employed their own philosophies on either side of it. So crazy, but I'm definitely on Earhorn Woman's side.
And this is my ward. Called.
What? Said he's an Irishman and the Negro is his ward.
Jesus Christ.
Almighty Father, we pray thee sanctify this food that it may strengthen us to.
Why would you even eat at this dinner table? I'd just be like, you know what, I'll take my meal to my room if that's okay with you fucking weird racists.
Bless us with thy bounty in this life and the next, for where there is risk, there is always reward.
That's not true. There's risk in jumping into the centre of a volcano. There is no reward to it, alright? So that whole risk-reward thing, I love picking apart idioms in this channel. It's so easy to do, because a lot of idioms or philosophies really do fall apart under scrutiny, and I feel like it's our job to always scrutinise these phrases rather than just, you know, because it sounds good, accept it as truth.
White man traveling with a Negro child?
What?
Said he don't much care for colored folk.
Oh, for fuck's sake, just eat your potatoes, can you?
Which one do you want, Sugar Plum? Let's see, Hansel and Gretel? Or would you like the Legend of Goldilocks?
So the only two stories you know are the ones where the children end up becoming food, yeah?
The story's got no ending. The bears, they get justice, chasing an intruder out of their home. But for the girl, well, she's back out in the cold.
That guy raises a really good point. Someone should write the end of Goldilocks. I want to see it fucking concluded. Does she die of starvation? Does she become some sort of feral wolf woman and live off the land for the rest of her life? We need to know. The dog is an awesome addition to this crew. This is like the ultimate you have to root for them crew now, isn't it? It's Irish, who's had the roughest childhood, Chris Rock's son, who's currently having a rough childhood, and a fucking dog who was found locked in a cupboard. How are you not going to root for this team?
Finish the damn thing already.
The moment I finish it, I'm out of a job.
Making people live with uncertainty, it ain't right.
That is such a simple scene, but one of my favourite scenes in the entire season. What a simplistic premise. You know, there's a guy whose job it is to put up a sign. He's putting up a sign in 3 parts, and it just so happens to cut off the answer to what the future is. Because Irish is going through so much shit right now, he would really like to know what the future holds and not be left in ambiguity, so it frustrates him to see the sign not completed, thus that interaction takes place. Little things like that are moments of genius to me.
You're being paranoid. You didn't see him. Like a poisoned pack of cigarettes. He asked about the wall.
This guy's got a little bit of Lester Freeman in him. It wouldn't surprise me if his last name was Freeman.
No.
There must be something at this actual location he's looking for. And also sucks for Lester Freeman's granddad to be hating on the Irish at the time he was actually behind him ready to point a gun at his face. That's the worst time to be racist, really, isn't it?
The money. Where is it? What money?
Right, so he's got money stashed in this place.
What were we supposed to do? A bag of money in the wall, opening a store with mouths to feed? You thank the Lord's what you do.
I can kind of see that guy's point of view, you know. If you just purchased a property and there was a bag of money left stashed in the wall, you'd think, well, obviously this is some criminal shit, but either like the person's long gone, they had to flee, maybe they died or something. You wouldn't assume they were coming back for it after the property was sold to you. Oh, fuck. This isn't gonna be good.
You got a hearing problem or something? What are you doing?
Just waiting.
Oh, I wish he'd have just given the policeman better answers there. He sounded very suspicious the way he didn't answer the question straight away. Obviously, it would be intimidating for a kid, but still.
Step out of the vehicle.
I didn't do anything.
Come on, do it now.
This cop's an asshole as well.
Out of the car.
Hand on his gun, really?
Is there a problem, officer? Is this your car? Yes, sir.
Oh, thank God he came back.
And what's your relation to this kid?
I'm his guardian.
Who talked you into that cockeyed arrangement?
Of course he's a racist cop. What the fuck?
You want my advice? Can I travel with a colored kid in a town like this? Just keep him out of sight.
I'd like to think it wasn't actually as bad as this in 1950, but it probably really was, especially in certain places. Oh, fucking hell, it's a rough watch though, man. Just the stupidity of it. Like, of all the things to hate in the world, you're gonna plant your flag in the sand over the colour variation of another human being? You fucking idiot. And racists will counter that with, you know, it's not a skin colour thing, it's a cultural thing. And it's like, yeah, they were saying the same stuff about the Irish and the Scottish, and before that the Vikings. I know, we're all savages just bringing our inferior cultures to you. I know, calm down, calm down. You'll get to sleep at night sometime.
Just wanted one thing.
One thing? What are you on about?
One thing for my birthday.
What? Oh my God, are you shitting me? Oh man, this show, man, this fucking poor kid. Can this boy actually catch a break once in his life? Please, please. I'd like to see him catch a break for his birthday if that's okay.
If the kid comes looking for me, just tell him I'll be right back.
You also could have told him that yourself so that he wouldn't come looking for you. Waited all that time for the answer and it told us fucking nothing. And Irish ain't happy about it either.
What the heck does that even mean?
Got me.
Exactly, exactly.
A testimony along the lines of seize the day. They don't pay me to write them.
Maybe this is actually the secret motivational speech Irish needs to hear.
Unemployed. The future I once feared has arrived, as predicted by this very billboard.
Who'd have thought Billboard Guy would be dropping so much metaphorical knowledge on us? Absolute welcome addition to the show though. We need more Billboard Guys in TV shows. Better Call Saul was like, fuck it, we'll just make the main character a Billboard Guy for a while. You know, and it was a smart decision. Finally catching up to the beginning of the episode now. This place looks like it's been attacked by someone. Hold on, what the fuck? I thought this was before the start of the episode. How the fuck is this guy dead? I'm back to being so confused. Did we fast forward from a flashback without me even noticing? Right, so we have went forward from the beginning now, because this is obviously after this guy showed up. Fuck, Irish mate, you should have just killed him then and there. This isn't gonna be good. What's with the sudden wind? Are we actually getting a hurricane right now? Was the zombies the fake out for a hurricane? Oh my god, it's a hurricane, isn't it? This is the craziest shit of all time. He's about to get swept into the fucking air. Maybe the reason for the black and white was that the CGI looked a bit shitty. Does that mean both these characters are about to die? Oh, is Irish gonna miraculously survive? I won't even be mad if he miraculously survives. Just let him miraculously survive, it's fine. Oh my god. Well, you would assume he's dead. What an insane scene. Again, a lot of people would not like that choice. Me personally, I love it when Fargo brings some weird shit into it. It's almost like the zombies we keep seeing are the fake out to the weird thing this season. And the weird thing is actually a hurricane instead. That seemed like the weird moment of the season, but in a good way. And as a bonus, that guy's "the future is now" sign will be destroyed. He'll be back in a job. Okay, so it wasn't a broken episode, they just decided to make the entire episode in black and white up until that single moment. Fargo, I'll never understand you, but I love you.
Worry not, for it is written, no more flood. The fire next time.
Even Frankenstein's monsters got philosophy this episode.
Come closer.
No, we can talk from here, I'm good.
I'm gonna wait in my room.
That was a strange interaction as well. That was almost kinda zombie-ish in a little way. No offense to that guy with his physical ailments, it was just a little noise he made after he said "come closer," was like he wanted to eat his brains. Yeah, if I was you, I'd go back in the black and white room, mate. This coloured place is fucking weird. Please tell me Irish in some way survived that hurricane. I don't want to see this scenario now being this kid and a dog with a gun in a weird hotel separated by religious belief by himself with no money. What the fuck is that? And if this kid doesn't grow up to rule Chris Rock's gang, it will be an injustice, because this is an absolutely gangster origin story of hardship he's going through right now. I hope he never goes back. If he thinks that Irish isn't coming back, I hope he never comes back as well. It's a smart decision for him to leave right now. And I'm assuming that building that is wrecked just in front of the hotel was the close-up thing we saw earlier, perhaps? Ah, the future is now sign stays standing. Oh well, sign guy is not back in a job. Poor sign guy. If I was sign guy, I'd drive down there and just take an axe to it and be like, oh man, that hurricane, man, damn. Again, amazing cinematography with that house in the background. Okay, and that was episode 9 of season 4 of Fargo, East West, and I will be back in just a minute with my thoughts on that. So, East West, what did I think of that? Even though this was the most contained story so far, I really enjoyed it. After I stopped being confused by a few elements of it. The opening scene completely confused me. I still don't understand why that guy with the one eye had made it to the gas station and stuff. And also, even now I've watched it, the fact that it said one day before, but then never specified when it went forward in time again. By the time he showed up to the gas station at the end, I was absolutely shocked that guy was lying dead, because I was like, wait, we've went forward? I thought it was the day before. So yeah, that was somewhat confusing, but other than that, and obviously piecing it together, it was a great little story. I mean, they couldn't just leave it with Irish and Chris Rock's son not coming back into it, and the fact that they decided to hide out at this hotel which had a weird separation system and you got asked strange questions questions before you checked in and stuff like that. Just a very unique place for them to have to hide out. Obviously there was a lot of racists in the place, which is always hard to listen to, but they also acquired a new teammate in Cupboard Dog. I don't know if they're going to name him or not, but Cupboard Dog is quite catchy in and of itself. And it's so heartbreaking. You find out that it's the kid's birthday and he just didn't even mention it until then, so Irish, feeling bad, runs out to get him a gift and then catches up with the orphan in a box guy, and then a hurricane catches up with both of them. So it's not looking like there's going to be a survivor from that scenario, but I would be so happy if one, at least Irish, but even if we have to keep Irish alive and the other guy, I'd still be so content if they somehow miraculously survived the tornado. But I am aware there is a slim chance of that being the case, and that is probably the death of both those characters in that scene. A crazy scene. I could imagine it not working for some people, similarly to the UFO or the fish falling from the sky, etc. This is that one scene we get every season, but for me, it always works, and I love that little element. I mean, I hope Irish survived it, as I've already said, but aside from that, just what a crazy thing to come out of nowhere. And it's the only reason I can think of that they decided to make the majority of this episode in black and white as well. Maybe they just were not happy with the tornado effects when they saw them in the final product and thought, yeah, this probably would look better in black and white. And if that's the case, fine, because the effects did not look bad in black and white. They just sort of looked like a painting almost sometimes, with the black and white and the snow and the shadows and shit like that. It was still filmed beautifully as always. But yeah, now that just leaves us with this kid and now the dog who he's acquired, and they're just wandering away from this hotel into the middle of nowhere. Nobody knows where they are. All he's got on him is a pistol. I mean, I hope he keeps those bullets, because I've got a feeling that if some racist cop or some other set of racists catch up to him, he might actually have to use that gun next episode. But yeah, in summary, aside from the minor confusion I had with the time jumps and things like that, I really did enjoy this episode, and I'm looking forward to seeing where they take this story next week. If you've liked this video, click like, subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this, ring the bell to be notified as to when they drop. If there's anything you want to talk about, comment down below, and share this around to anyone you think might appreciate it or want to watch these reactions along with us. My Patreon link is down in the description. If you become a patron, you get access to my blog, you get access to these reactions I put on YouTube a month and a half in advance, and you also get access to full-length versions of everything I react to. So consider becoming a patron. It helps me and my channel out so much, and until next time, I have been BA. Peace.